Hello guys, just thought I'd show you the new the f15. Everyone sort of knows about them nowadays, and they really are the next generation reel. The only problem I've got is that it's got f15s in it as standard. Now this reel was given to us by Akios to test and to have a look at. Now I've completely and utterly abused this reel. I've cast it everywhere, I've used it every time I've gone fishing, I've never washed it, I've never cleaned it. All I've done is just slung it back in the box. Now unfortunately, last weekend I was doing a hell of a lot of casting, teaching people in some different bits and pieces. So I think what I've done is I think I've actually killed the bearing. Very noisy. So I think I've actually mullered that bearing. So if I spin it up, you can sort of try and see. So it's making quite a lot of noise. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just show you guys how we change the bearing. Now I've already taken 2 screws out the side, just so it's a bit quicker to undo. Alright, I'm just trying to get that in the camera. So we take the side plate off, we knock them screws out straight away, because the last thing we want to do is lose them, so they'll go in the pot. All right, so there's your little magnets. They work obviously by moving the knob in and out, so we'll undo them. We pull the spool out, so we'll take that bit out of the way. So the actual noise is actually coming, I don't know if you can hear that, if that's any good for you, but the actual noise is coming from the bearing. Sounds really grindy. I'm not actually quite sure which bearing it is. But luckily enough, we spoke to our friends at Formula Bearings, and they've given us another set of bearings. So the only thing is these guys do come in dry. So what we're going to do is just quickly pop this off, take the spindle out. Okay, quickly lift the little circlip. I'm not actually sure which one of these bearings it is that's actually making the noise. So what we'll do is we'll change both anyway, because them ones are ABEC5s, these are ABEC7s anyway, so we'll change these. But let's just see if we can find out which one it is that's making the noise. So we put him on the end of the screwdriver. He don't seem too bad, does he? Okay, that one's not too bad, we won't put that with a new one. That's a normal. And we use the bar, push right through, push out the back. There should be a little washer in there somewhere. Oh, that's right, that's staying. Let's see if it's this one. Oh, there he is. That's very noisy. Isn't he? Right, okay, so we found out it's that bearing. So we've got one good one, one bad one. But what we'll do is, I'll keep hold of them. You never know when I need them. But thanks to Formula Bearings for giving us some new ones. But what we need to do is need to have a look at these guys. Alright, these are new ones. They're really nice, really quiet. Okay, but what we do is, because they're dry, we'll just give these a little clean. Now, I use this brake and clutch cleaner. It's pretty good stuff. Danny Stone's favourite cleaner. So we give them a nice little whiz up. They're nice and clean. And we spin them till they're nice and dry. You can hear that, that's quite nice. Spinning them up, and we let that dry a little bit. Cool, we'll do the other one. Dead quiet. So again, a little bit of this. Give them a little clean. And again, you can hear them once they spin up and they dry out. They're cushy. Okay. So we've got both our bearings all cleaned out, nice and clean. So just dry my hands off, clean the spindle, give that a little wipe through. So that's nice and clean, nothing on the inside. Okay, so we're ready for reassemble. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put a couple of drops on these little bearings. One on each, don't need a lot. One drop, just let it go right through. That's cushy. Bit of the old TG yellow rocket fuel. We'll use that as well. Okay, and the assemble, we go back onto there. inside these. Okay, we do the other end first. So drop that bearing in, put him over, push that in. This little bracket goes that way up, so rough side up, just so that it tightens in. Tiny little circlip. It's always worth having half a dozen of them, because I tend to lose them. They ping everywhere. Okay, and then inside there, we drop that bearing inside that one, and then we push it down, line them up, line that up nice and sweet, turn it over, and just make sure it's square and it's true. Okay, so that's it all but reassembled. Alright, so this side is where the drive goes, so that's the longest part of the shaft. We slide that baby back into there. What we do is we just put a little tiny bit of lube, little tiny bit on that part. Alright, and then we slide her back in. That's all done. Spins nice. It's just sitting, just make sure nice and quiet, so you can hear that and see that spinning. That's going well, isn't it? Okay, so we put that back inside, push it right up tight, and then back with the cover plate back on. That's nice. There's a tiny little bit of oil in the end of the other end of the cover plate, and I'll tip my screws back out, and we put one there. Oh, he says that's gone in nice. That one in there. Like I say, I haven't done anything to this reel at all, not a thing. I spoke to the guys from Achios and they just wanted it tested, so I've done nothing to it. I haven't cleaned it, haven't serviced it, haven't done nothing. I think I got it back in, probably back in February. So it's been fished with quite a bit. I know we've been on COVID, but it's been fished with quite a bit. So yeah, don't know how, I mean, when I was casting, we used to change the bearings every 6 months if we mullered them, but don't need to nowadays. Okay, so that's all in. That's all nice. That sounds quieter already, doesn't it? So that ain't bad at all. Just make sure it's set up properly. Nice and wide. The magnets in a bit. We don't want to go too daft. And sweet as a nut. Look at that spin. So, couple of thank yous. Thanks for TG Rocket Fuel. Thank you to Formula Bearings, and thanks to Achios for the reel. Now running lovely, true and fast. Thank you very much.